has arrived, but who's going to steal those balls this weekend? Welcome back to Fog Football. To play on Golden Balls with Jigsaw. Remember that game show back in the day? Split or Steal. Remember it? Is that plenty? Should we move on?
That's enough. Might be the worst intro of all time.
Might be the worst intro of all time, but I tell you what, it's better than getting the money hoovered off you. What would you have done?
Well, I mean, there's no tactical advantage to actually splitting.
No, there ain't. You may as well steal.
I mean,
you go home with everything or nothing.
The only thing you can lose by stealing is your conscience.
Which I don't have one.
Well, there you go. That sums it up. But no, that game was flawed because, I mean, literally, what you picked didn't fucking matter. If your opponent didn't pick split, you were getting no money. So you can pick split or steal, but unless your opponent picked the split, you were getting hee-haw.
No, it is so right. I think you can suss out people like can. Maybe if you've got a certain level of IQ. I think you could tell playing against somebody for an hour if they're an arsehole or not.
I know, but there was I think there was times watching this show where someone did feel like genuine, and then it would steal at the end.
Nah, I'd steal.
Are you claiming that every time you watched that show, you knew what the person was going to do?
I'm not claiming that, but I feel like I would have more of a read than the average jabroni. Put it that way.
If it was me, right, I would steal, and if they split, I would agree to give them half the money at the end of the show. If they stole, then I'd be like, well, can't be too angry because I've stole as well. Fair enough. But what I couldn't accept would be splitting and the other person stealing. And you've got that person sitting across the table smirking at you and they've just hoovered like $100 grand away from you.
Yep.
I wouldn't be able to take that. I'd be jumping over the table.
Yep, it would be a GBH at the very least.
Yeah, I mean, it would be worse than any of those pumpings that Celtic used to give Rangers back in the day. 5-1, 5-0, you know.
And you'd be banned for the Golden Balls studio, just like Rangers banned Celtic fans.
Aye, well, that's pretty much it. Anyway, that's enough of Golden Balls.
But they didn't ban them all. It was only down to 700. Enough of Golden Balls.
How about we talk about the Spfl review show? Deal
or no deal?
Right, actually, let's talk.
Do you want to be a millionaire?
I'd love to be a millionaire.
Cristiano here. Yeah. Anyway. What was Chris Tarrant say? But we don't want to give you that.
No, we do want to give you Fog Football back, right? 2 minutes.
Right, Stenhouse Moor have won the league.
Is this actually getting in?
This is all getting in. 2.5 minutes of shite. We may as well pad it with shite because the leagues are pretty much wrapped up. Stenhouse Moor's won, Falkirk's won. Airdrie gave Dundee United a lap of honour the night without the league actually being won.
I've never actually seen that, a lap of honour, but you haven't mathematically won.
A guard of honour, not a lap. May as well, but it
same
really
thing.
Matter.
I get it, right? Dundee United are going to win the league, right? That cannot be denied. But still,
it's not over.
It doesn't feel right. Basically, crowning them as champs. It'd be like making Joffrey king while Robert's still breathing.
Yeah, but what I mean, Airdrie could have theoretically pumped Dundee United 10-0 tonight, and that could have swung the goal difference massively.
Imagine that's what it was for, to try and get Dundee United in a false sense of security.
Aye, they went and pumped them.
Then Airdrie went and just fucking smashed them.
Anyway, there's your League 2 table. There's not much to say. Clyde's
just on to the important stuff.
Aye,
what's the bottom of Clyde?
3 points cover the bottom 3.
Aye, goal difference wise, I mean, I think Bonnyrigg Rose are pretty safe.
That's an extra point. For
Bonnyrigg Rose to go down, Clyde essentially need to get 2 results, and one of them has to be a win. And Bonnyrigg Rose would need to get nothing. I don't think Bonnyrigg Rose will get relegated. I think it's going to be between Clyde and Stranraer. 1 point in it. Goal difference could still play a factor. I mean, if Clyde get beat once and draw once and Stranraer lose twice, Clyde could easily overtake them. Because there's only like 1 goal in it, so...
We could. So let's move into the actual fixtures. Clyde take on East Fife. New Douglas Park, big game. I'm going to go Clyde to win. 1-0. Clyde to win.
I'm also going to go with Clyde to win at home.
Dumbarton take on Elgin City. Going to go for a 2 each draw.
Raymond van Barneveld is absolute pish, and I am going to agree with you. 1-1.
It's a 2 each.
Well, I agree with the draw, right? Just not the result.
4 for Athletic.
I agree with the result, just not the scoreline.
4 for Athletic taking on Raymond van Barneveld. I mean, Stranraer. I'm going to go 1-0 Stranraer. The boys are going to deliver on like fat posty Barney.
What is it with postmen? All being pricks.
I know. Wait a minute.
I'll go with 4 for Athletic to win.
I wonder what the post is called in Holland. I think it's called
Losing Bet or something. I don't fucking know.
It's the eye of the tiger. Right, anyway, Stenhouse Moor against Bonnyrigg Rose. Gonna go 2-0 Stenhouse Moor. even though they draw every week.
I'm going to strangle this bastard.
You know who I don't like in the darts, right? Luke Littler. He's a fucking fud. Now he has the whole Liverpool fan base, on strings
What's he
because
spreading it?
no, because he's like he came out doing like 2-0, right? And I seen somebody I follow on Twitter, a Rangers fan on Twitter, like, oh, if Luke Littler ain't your favourite sports person right now, what are you even doing?
No, I don't get, right?
He's
No.
a fat kid, right?
He has
With
a
no
fat-
personality,
yeah.
by the way.
He has a fat bastard, right? There's only two reasons why people like him, right? A, because he's good, and B, because he's young. See, in 5 years, when he's like in his 20s, there's going to be a younger person coming around. So the people that were jumping on the bandwagon just because he was a teenager or he was 16 or whatever, that's going to be gone. It's just longevity wise, I don't really see him having this big fan base.
No, and I just play pro clubs with some nerds on the YouTube scene, but I mean, you look at like young British like people in sports, like the guy's got fucking nothing about him, man. He doesn't. You're right. It's only because he's young and he's onto the scene. So you look across sports, right? Boxing, I mean, yeah, F1 and things like that. Even football, like Jude Bellingham. Like, look at the player he's going to be. And that guy's, he's got charisma. See the way he conducts himself. Luke Litter is a fat slob. I don't give a shit if he's 18 or whatever. Isn't he, though? So overhyped, man.
Andy Murray's underrated as a sportsman.
Nah, but he's a boring bastard. I'm not going to fucking pretend.
No, he's not. Andy Murray.
Guy, Captain Charisma.
You're about the guy at Sports Hibs. I think
he could support. He could be a season ticket holder. Eyebrows doesn't change the fact he's pish.
Nah, I think Andy Murray's charismatic. He's got a good personality. He's funny.
I've just served him as fucking.
I guess you've never had a conversation with him.
Well, have you?
Not really. Like, I've listened to him interviews and stuff.
Well, you've listened to him have conversations.
I will.
Anyway, right, the Spartans are taking on Peterhead, and we should be heading soon because we've talked pish for 7 minutes. I'm going to go Peterhead to win 1-0.
That could be a good scoreline. Peterhead.
Championship team of the year. Any players in there that you caught your eye?
Considering I glanced at it for like a split second, unfortunately not. As for who's going to win this one, I will go with Stenhousemuir to beat Bonnie Rose.
Right, we've already talked about that game. We're on to Peterhead.
I'll go with the Spartans.
Right, we're going into League One. League One's the only fixtures we're looking at here because why look at the league table when everything's sorted? Wah, wah, wah. Like, that looks like a defeated man. And we're going to get defeated by Hamilton. Yes, they are. 2-0 Hamilton. The Ackies. Monday, Barnafield.
I'll go with Allo. No, I'm going to go with Hamilton. 2-1. 2-1 the Ackies.
Right. Falkirk are going to be Athletic.
Falkirk beat everybody.
7-0. Right.
Or at least they'll draw with them.
Stirling Albion are going to beat Edinburgh City.
I agree. Everybody beats Edinburgh City.
Kelly Hearts take on Montrose. Going to go with 1-0 Kelly Hearts.
This seems like a good scoreline. 1-0 Kelty Hearts.
Right. Queen of the South against Cove Rangers.
I think Queen of the South need a win here today.
I'm going to go 1-0 Queen of the South.
Yeah, I'll go 2-1 Queen of the South. Marvin Bartley, he does need a win here just to try and secure his League One status for next season.
Dundee United lead the league. They're currently drawing with Airdrie as the second half begins.
A draw would give them the title mathematically.
I mean, there's 36 difference in the goal difference.
Yeah, it's done.
Which means Rafe Rovers would probably need to win both games 9-0 and Dundee United lose 9-0 in both of them. And sorry to burst your bubble, folks, but they're not going to lose 9-0 to Airdrie. So there's your league table down at the bottom. Arbroath are down. It's between Queen's Park and Inverness, and the top 4 already been decided. So yeah, Friday. I mean, Airdrie Dundee United. It's half time. I'm actually going to go in Airdrie win. I think Airdrie's been the better team in the first half. So half time predictions. Why not?
Yeah, Airdrie look more promising.
Yep. Right, Arbroath against Queen's Park. That's massive, actually, in the relegation playoff spot.
Well, not for Arbroath, but for Queen's Park.
Yes. For Queen's Park. Gayfield Park, well, I think it's going to be all over. So I'm going to go 2-0 Queen's Park.
I will also go 2-0 Queen's Park. Queen's Park.
Fair enough. Dunfermline against Inverness. Going to go for a 1-1 draw. I think Inverness will pick up a point, but it might not be good enough. That's the problem.
Terry Butcher's side need a victory, don't they? They need something.
I would fancy Hamilton to beat Inverness or Queen's Park.
Same.
We always said if Hamilton went down to the League One, they probably wouldn't go back up, but maybe they will. Right, Greenock Morton against Rafe. It's not that Rafe need to win, right? But they've got the eye of the tiger.
The meal has been delivered.
They've got the eye of the tiger, Rafe, but they don't need to win, so I think they might go off the boil.
But
Morton don't need to win either. It's actually a bit depressing how the playoffs and the promotions have just died in this league. Do you agree with that?
Oh, aye. My bet almost just died there, but Raymond Van Barneveld, nice 136 check it. Follows up with a 60. What a shite. But
That's a cappy low score.
That's a cappy low score, alright. This league went from being really interesting to not so interesting because pretty much everyone that was chasing a playoff spot could no longer get it because Airdrie just went through a period where they, had the best form in the league by far, and then you had Dunfermline and Greenock Morton just couldn't string any decent results together. So
No.
yeah, I mean this league's pretty much done.
So I'm going to go Greenock Morton to beat Wraith. You going to agree with that?
No, I'm going to go Wraith 2-1.
Fair enough. Partick against Ayr. Again, it doesn't really matter who finishes third and fourth, so it's not like Fairtree win the night. There's much confidence. Oh, aye. But I'm going to go Partick to win 1-0. Not good there. So let's move into the Premiership. This is the league that matters.
It matters, alright, let's talk about it.
Does it matter? Matter more when there's money on it. Sounds like Barneford there.
Let's take a wee cut.
What do you mean take a wee cut? Yeah, cut off the side. So yeah, there's your league table there. So let's stop talking about darts and let's stop talking about
a can of victory being opened right there.
W's. But is the league over? I think we'll know by Sunday if it's over or not. We may as well dive in.
Well, according to Stephen Presley, the league's over.
Aye.
In Rangers' favour.
What's he on?
He thinks Rangers are going to win it by 4 points. He sees Celtic dropping points in match day 35, 36 and 37. He sees Rangers winning all 5 games as well. Interesting.
I think Celtic could very easily drop points in all 3 of those games. But that still means Rangers will drop points.
Funnily enough, though, every pundit predicted Celtic to draw with Kilmarnock. All 5 predict that draw.
Who's all 5? Chris Boyd, Sutton?
No, Barry Ferguson.
The job squad then? The Go Radio squad?
Barry Ferguson.
The 5 jobbers.
Tam McManus.
Aye, him.
Ryan Stevenson. Stephen Presley.
Ryan Stevenson?
Right.
Alright.
And
for some reason I thought that was
some
loser that spent 5k on WrestleMania tickets.
Some guy that fucking played for Aberdeen years ago.
Aye. But anyway, let's move on to Aberdeen because they're taking on Motherwell. And I tell you what, Aberdeen need to win. They need to turn that 3-3 draw into something. Because if Aberdeen continue to draw, they're not. It's not like, I mean, if Ross County
right,
win,
the thing is, I think County and St Johnstone have got 2 winnable games this week.
Yep. St Johnstone played Hibs like last week, did they not?
Trying to beat them.
Oh, they beat them?
They beat them 2-1.
Again, like, mess. Right, anyway, I'm going 1-1 between Aberdeen and Motherwell.
I am going... See, Aberdeen played pretty well against Celtic. I actually think Aberdeen will win. I'm going to go 2-1 Aberdeen.
Fair enough.
If Neil Warnock was there, I'd tip them to go down, but I think they'll stay up.
Right, we've got Kelly against Hearts. Hopefully no injuries in this game. Keep both teams fighting fit for the Celtic matches. So yeah, I'm going to go for a 0-0 draw here.
Not much to separate both sides. I think Kelly are probably slight favourites because they've got home advantage. I think Kelly have lost less games than Hearts this season.
Just true.
Which is impressive. But they just haven't been able to turn the draws into wins as much as Hearts have. So yep. I'll go 1-1, but I wouldn't be surprised if Kelly nicked it.
Right, the game that could relegate Livy, even though they're already down in most people's eyes. Will they go down? Will Ross County win? You bet your bottom dollar Ross County are going to win, right? Ross County put Rangers to the sword. It would be a bit frustrating if they put Rangers to the sword then didn't go on to beat Livy, so I'm going Ross County to win. I'm going 4-1. I think Ross County.
Ross County's got everything to play for. Davy Martindale's been saying for months now, we're going to win every game, and how's that went?
Not very well.
Haven't won many fucking games. I see no reason why it's going to change now. Whereas you've got County, who legitimately have still got a good chance of staying up, and you've got Livingston, who realistically have no chance of staying up. So yeah, I know what team's going to be up for this more, and I know what team's more likely to grind out a result, and I think that's Ross County. I'll go County 2, Livingston 1.
Fair enough, right? St Johnstone against Hibs. Nick Montgomery's fighting for his job. Bottom 6 is unacceptable.
Now,
apparently.
That statement that Hibs released, it was a little bit... It's not misleading, but you'd be led to believe that his job isn't safe yet. I think he needs a strong finish to the season. I think if Hibs fail to pick up a decent amount of wins in this post-split, and if they don't finish 7th, then he could still be gone. That's what I got from it. They said they're still looking for results to improve, despite not being in the top 6.
Well, they should be winning these games, man, at the end of the day.
Yeah, I just don't think they're in the same boat as Motherwell. You know, I think Motherwell, let's say Motherwell had a shocking bottom 6 split. Let's say they lost all 5 games. Stuart Kettlewell's still going to be the manager next season.
Yep.
If Hibernian have a shocking bottom 6 split, I don't think that Nick Montgomery will be the manager next season.
I think that's the problem for me, though. It's almost like Hibs are just... It's almost like... it's almost like a part for the club. At least they've come out and said it's shit. I'm not really seeing too many Hibs fans come on it. It's like all the focus has been on Aberdeen.
Yeah, it's like a moral victory that they're above Aberdeen. It's like, really?
Yeah.
Aberdeen have been pissed. If that's the high ground you want to take, well, we finished above Aberdeen.
The high ground, Anakin. No, you don't, big man.
I'm going to go 1-1. I think it'll be a draw here. So
I'm going to go 2 each. Right, into Sunday, so there's a lot to talk about here. John Lundstrom and Borna Barisic, Connor Goldson and James Tavernier, all apparently on their way at the club. 2 Saudi moves, 2 Turkey moves.
That's the core of the Rangers team, really, isn't it?
Oh, I'll take them all going.
For good or for worse, that is 4 players.
I don't think Tav will go, right, but
but that has been 4 players that have been a mainstay in the Rangers starting 11 for years.
Yeah, pretty much. Like, I would agree with that. But John Lundstrom, for me, he spat the dummy. He was shite. Clement comes in, he starts playing, and now he's back to being shite again. Too many of them, man, have got a loser mentality for me. And I'm glad that they're going. Personally, I'd rather keep Tav and play him in a right midfielder role, but they're not going to do that. So for me, I'd cash in and get him. And apparently, according to Super Scoreboard, Rangers are going to be getting record amount of money for Tavernier, which I'm not too sure about. I don't see how... Why would the Saudis put in... I know it's Gerrard's club, right?
The Saudis don't tend to spend that much. It's more wages that they dish it. In terms of transfer values, they don't... They tend to sign players that are coming towards the end of their deals anyway.
Yeah.
They don't really spend...
What would... I'm not saying Yacht is not worth 25 million.
Yeah, but he had 4 years left, did he not?
No, he did. I'm not saying he's not worth 25 million, but I'm surprised that he went for 25 million.
Yeah, but he had 4 years. The guy was young. Tav's in his 30s now. He's... How many years he got left?
2 years. Those goals. Two double years.
Yeah, both in their 30s. Both, I think, have got their best years behind them. I'd be shocked if the Saudis...
Tav's had his best season statistically, though.
Yeah, well, that's... Whatever. Like, I'd be shocked if the Saudis pay anywhere near 10 mil for Tav.
I'd take 10 mil. Anyway, right. Rangers against St Mirren. Injury news. Seema's out. Injury news is just never good for Rangers, but it's no excuse. Need to win.
Stephen Robinson's been touting that St Mirren are due a result against the Big Two. He thinks it could come this weekend. I would go as far as saying a result for St Mirren probably ends.
Oh, it does.
Rangers' title hopes.
It does. Rangers need to win and put the pressure on.
Yeah, I just think that Rangers... I'm not saying that Rangers can't afford to drop points, but I don't think they can afford to drop points in this game.
Yeah, I think what it needs to be, if they're dropping points, it needs to be matched by Celtic. Like, if Rangers draw and Celtic draw, it's not as bad, but if they draw and Celtic win, it's a fucking disaster. So, will they? I think they'll win. I think Rangers will win. They need to win. I think you'll pick a team similar to what played Hearts, like with Diamonde in there and Goldson still being dropped, and I think that's the difference to winning. So, yeah, I'm going to go 2-0 Rangers.
I'll go 2-1 Rangers.
Fair enough. Right, into Dundee Celtic. Dyson Maeda, miraculous. Back from injury. Not for this weekend, though. Next weekend. And, Celtic, they've saved their best for last. But I think Brendan Rodgers, man, his blushes have been saved this season by Rangers collapsing. You see him having a go at the kit, man?
I did. Having a shouting at him.
And he said in Super Score, he's doing an interview, and he's like, the kit man has to know his place. I think it's very demeaning. And, I wouldn't like to see the come out and say that about the kit man. Wasn't he doing it? He was speaking to Paulo Bernardo and fucking Rodgers going bollocking for him.
You don't know what he's fucking saying to him. He could be saying how you feeling, your legs alright or something like that.
Yeah, I know he's the kit man. He probably shouldn't be feeling him up. Like, by the end of the day, I think it was Rodgers feeling the pressure.
Kit man, for all we know, he could have been asking him a question about his, stamina or his fitness or something.
Or do you want a new pair of socks or something? Is your shirt ripped? And Rodgers is going through the guy. Anyway, Rodgers...
His shoes on alright or something, and then... Fuck Rodgers, man, he's a wee Kremlin bastard. I hate him. Character. Fuck him, he's got no character, he's a boring cunt. I mean, he's lucky Rangers are shite. Because this has been Celtic have been pissed this season.
You've got to know your place.
I mean, the guy was good once upon a time. When Gerrard screwed him out a league title at Liverpool, but see all this talk about him being an elite manager. You haven't been able
Long gone.
It's almost a decade, I think, since you could argue he was an elite manager. What's he done? Came in and won the same trophies that Ronnie Dyler won. What did they do? You want a medal?
You're here. The Invincible season was brilliant. Can't take it away. Like, boys, the Celtic team was so much better than every team in the league.
It was, but his other 2 seasons
were pish.
Weren't they great? Like, they were mediocre.
They were. Anyway,
his other 2 seasons wouldn't have been enough to win the league this season.
Will today?
And I think this season's been poor.
Will Sunday be mediocre on Dens Park? Will Celtic?
I think Dundee will take something.
Do you?
Predicted them to take something. Did I predict something? No, I didn't. I predicted Rangers beat Dundee. Anyway, I think Dundee will win. No, I think Dundee will draw. I don't think Dundee will lose. There you go. That's what I
think they'll lose. I'm going to go 2-1 Celtic.
Oh, no, I've heard rumours that Rangers fans are paranoid that Dundee's going to lie down because Celtic provided pitch coverings, and I'm not seeing that.
Nah, I'm not buying that either.
Dundee are a good team on that pitch. I think they'll get a result.
Good team on a shit pitch. Anyway, guys, we'll be back very soon with more content.
1-1.
Oh, aye, 1-1, 2-1. I'm going as Airdrie blast over there from a chance. But till next time, peace.